to predictability. The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This old world confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows you're true. Then a little voice inside you whispers, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's the face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
What's up, everybody? It's me, the Commissioner, and we finally made it. We have a new champion to crown and a season to reminisce on, so let's get into it. First is the placement games. We'll get those out of the way. So Stevie versus Jody. Stevie 157, Jody 167, which is going to give Jody 9th place this season. And then in the battle for 3rd place, Johnny had 140, Daniel had 179. Daniel will be receiving 3rd place this season. Not bad for the first season ever. So now let's look at the old poop bowl featuring me and brother Leighton. And after a long fought battle, I scored 139. Leighton scored 159, which means that I will receive last place this season. It's embarrassing, but it is what it is. It's fantasy, baby.
To being the Poop King, Landon.
And now for the main event.
Steve. Hannah. Fantasy Football Championship.
Coming in with the number 2 seed, Hannah. Mascotted by her namesake kicker, Cameron Dicker. Dicker Down finished with a record of 16-12. Captained by Drake May, and fueled by Bakemas Fun, Hannah had the number 1 and number 2 favorites in NFL MVP voting, running her show at quarterback. Compound this with Drake May's number 1 target in Hunter Henry, but all packed together by the best pure running back in the NFL, Bijan Robinson, and one of the scariest defenses about to break the NFL sack record in the Cleveland Browns. Hannah looks to take down her sworn enemy, her father. Steve comes in with the number 1 seed and a record of 17-11. Steve is bookended by his 2 receivers, Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith-Njigba. The 1-2 punch was cultivated by his trigger puller Baker Mayfield and last year's Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. Put a bow on this squad by adding his top scorer, the Denver Broncos defense. Father and daughter, with 2 beautifully cultivated teams fighting to the death. Well, fighting to see who scores more points in a fictitious football world for a $20 Amazon ring. But fighting to the death. I'm not going to add a whole bunch of fluff to this because I was with both these individuals essentially the whole time it was going on, so they already know what happened. But in the championship, Hannah scored 195 to Steve's 170. So that means that Hannah is the champion for the 2025 Family Fantasy Football League. Congratulations, Hannah. I gave you the ring last night at like 11:30 while we were watching Stranger Things. So, good job.
Oh, hello there. I did not see you over my championship ring. You missed me last week. Welcome to the final week of Hannah's happenings. Lots has been happening, including being a winner. Let's get into it. Up first, a flight. Very into the mini loaves nowadays. So we have 2 plain loaves and a chocolate chip loaf and another cheese loaf that has been a popular thing this past season. The 2 loaves right there, the plain ones, have been made into something called burger bowls, which you will see on the next slide. Also, I am the champion. Oh, what was that? My championship ring. Anyway, this is the burger bowl that was made from the flight in the previous slide. Anyway, I took the plain one and I hollowed it out and I filled it with ground beef and cheese and pickles and all kinds of things to make said burger bowl. It was delicious. Moving on, we've explored the savory and now we look into the sweet. So this is a brown sugar cinnamon loaf. This thing is very, very yummy. If you look on the left, that is the inside. My mother says it looks like a brain CT scan. I like to not think about it that way, but I guess that does make sense. Regardless, it's like a cinnamon roll without kind of all the mushy stuff. So very, very yummy. Where'd she go? Oh, and then just a moment for the girl herself. Even though Christmas is over, she will keep her name, Miss Martha May Dovier. She is obviously doing very well, very healthy. She at least doubles in size every single day. We clean out her jar regularly, so she's looking nice and full and ready to continue in 2026. These are not sourdough related, but these are my cookies. I made a lot and they were very, very delicious. Santa enjoyed them. Raleigh and Haven gave him 4 and he ate 3.5 of them. So, yay, very yummy. Now back to the sourdough content. So these right here, these are sourdough cinnamon rolls. They were very, very yummy. When you make them, they poof up bigger than the Pillsbury ones because they have high fructose corn syrup and all that mess in them. They're disgusting. But these are yummy. They were very moist, very delicious. Everything was homemade. 10 out of 10. I will probably make them again. Moving on to the last slide and the last moment of Hannah's happening. So this is a gift that Miss Jody gave me for Christmas. This is a jade egg holder in the shape of a chicken, and her name is no other than Jade. So I also got this, well, Landon really got it, but I guess it was to both of us, a egg stamp that says Moody Cube. So anytime you get eggs from us or they're used to make various sourdough yummies, they will be official Moody Coop stampings. So that's all I have to say for you. Ta-ta. Happy 2026. Also, I won. Peace out.
Well, guys, the season is over. We are done with fantasy football for this year. The next time you'll hear from this group chat, essentially, unless you just want to talk to the same people, but will be next July or August when we start scheduling for the 2026 year. So congratulations again to Hannah. And last thing we'll do to wrap up this season is we'll look at where everybody placed and compare that to how they did last year. So in the 7th spot this year was Teresa, who last year was 4th. The 8th spot was Maddie, who last year finished 2nd. The 9th spot was Jody, who didn't play last year. So Stevie finished at 10th. Last year she was 3rd. Leighton was 11th. Last year he was 7th. And me, I finished in last. Last year I was 6th. So now going up, Michelle finished in 6th. 9th last year, so a little bit of improvement. Jessica 5th this year, 8th last, so improved as well. Johnny last year won and now was 4th, so 2 years back to back of Johnny being in the playoffs, so that's pretty good. Daniel finished 3rd for his first time ever. That's pretty impressive. And then Steve at 2nd, who was last year. And then Hannah, who will end up as the champion this year. Last year was finishing in 5th. So thanks everybody for a wonderful season. I hope you got a little bit of enjoyment out of it. And until next season, we'll see y'all. Bye-bye.